We're going to take a closer look at the Omnia oven today, so stay tuned. Welcome back to the Gearbucker. So I just got back from a trip up in the Keweenaw Peninsula where we were out there for about 4 days. And typically my wife and I, when we're traveling together, like to eat pretty well. We'll bring fresh meat, fresh fish, fresh vegetables. And since we have a Dometic fridge, we're able to keep all those items fresh. We also have a nice propane two burner stove that we like to cook on. And we cook most everything on a skillet because we don't really have a grill. But one item that's kind of been lacking is baking. We haven't found the best solution yet for baked goods. And the Omnia oven was recently sent to us to test out, and we were quite pleased with the results that we had with it. While we were on this trip, we tried baking blueberry muffins. We had a chicken tortellini with like a casserole with kielbasa and spinach, and it just adds a whole new level of cooking, because when you wake up in the morning after you've had your coffee, and you usually start with bacon or sausage and then move on to something like eggs, the one thing that you don't smell is like fresh blueberry muffins or a cinnamon streusel or something like that. So the Omnia oven is a pretty compact unit. It kind of packs down and fits in a storage case. And it has various accessories that I'll get into in a minute, but let's just talk about how this thing works. It comes in 3 main components. The bottom component here is made out of stainless steel, and as you can see, it has a hole in the middle, and it does get pretty hot, as you can see from the scalding while it was on the stove. So you set this on the stove, you put whatever you're gonna bake in this aluminum pan, and then you set it on top. And what happens is air circulates around the bottom as well as in through this hole, and basically up through this hole and into the top portion of this. And you've got a red vented lid with a couple of holes on here. So basically you've got a convection device here where you've got heat on the bottom. The aluminum of the pan's going to heat up to cook on the sides, and then you're also going to have hot air circulating above and venting out these holes to kind of bake whatever's in there on all sides. We started off for dinner, we had that cheese tortellini and kielbasa and spinach casserole, and we decided to use this. This is a $24 accessory that fits in the ring here. And it just makes cleanup a lot easier. We were able to put all our ingredients in there, put it on the stove, and cook it. I don't remember how long it was in there, maybe 15, 20 minutes. And then by the time we opened it, it was bubbling, and we put some Parmesan cheese on top, a little salt and pepper, and it was a pretty solid dinner. The next day, we tried blueberry muffins. And we used this as a $27 accessory that folds down nicely, but it's also made of silicone, and it fits right in here like that. Keeps it basically a little up off the bottom. So once again, you have air circulating underneath, around, and on top. And we ended up with pretty nice, well-cooked blueberry muffins that were nice and brown on top. And I'll tell you, smelling blueberry muffins in the morning with a cup of coffee was primo. And the nice thing about this is its packability. So with most of the accessories we have, we're able to throw in the silicone mold. There is an oven rack that you can use that basically keeps things up off the bottom, like if you were cooking some type of dough items like croissants or rolls or something like that. You could stack those on top and bake those. You can even fold up the muffin ring and flop that in there. The bottom portion sits on top, and it all packs into this size. And the case that it comes with looks like this. You can just slide it in and cinch it shut. There's also an optional $20 carry bag that's zippered that will hold all of these items. Additionally, Omnia even puts out a pretty nice cookbook with all sorts of recipes in here to kind of inspire you if you're stuck on what to bake. Steamed salmon with pesto, salmon and potato bake, meatloaf with mushroom gravy, tortellini and chicken, chicken curry, bacon wrapped chicken with fried potatoes and cider gravy. The company's out of Sweden, and they've got a lot of really good recipes in here, and the construction of this is pretty solid. It packs down just small enough to fit in one of our drawers, so we'll be packing this along and trying new recipes as we go. The Omnia oven, which is the main three components, the top, the pan, and then the stainless steel bottom piece, is $67. The baking rack is $17, silicone mold is $24. Cookbook is $20. The muffin ring is $27. The storage bag is $20. And then the last thing that we had that we didn't use yet are for $18, you can get, looks like 5 ready-made foil dishes. And then the good thing about this is if you were at home, you could pre-make a casserole, put it in here and freeze it, and then throw it in your fridge, and then when it comes time to cook it, just defrost it, slide the whole thing in the Omnia oven, and bake it to perfection. So that's the Omnia oven from Sweden. Make sure you check out the website. We'll have a link down below to get to the article on the Gear Bunker, and inside that article you'll see all the links and specs for this to purchase it. So we really enjoyed it. It added another dimension to our cooking, and we were really excited about what we can bake moving forward. So stay tuned to the Gear Bunker. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Make sure you hit that little subscribe button on YouTube so you're notified anytime we put out new content like this. And we will see you guys out on the trail.